Sigma males have unique habits that others often don't understand. Although these habits may seem strange, they are just part of who they are. If you identify as a Sigma male, you might recognize some of these behaviors in yourself. This is why people often misunderstand you. They might wonder why you act a certain way. What seems unusual to them makes perfect sense to you. Here are 8 unusual habits that all Sigma males share, which normal people may not grasp. Number 1. They never reveal too much about themselves. Sigma males are naturally private and reluctant to share personal details with others. They tend to keep conversations focused on others, deflecting questions about their lives or feelings. This can lead others to assume they are hiding something, but in reality, they simply value their privacy. They see no obligation to disclose personal information unless absolutely necessary. Sigma males prefer to be self-reliant and don't want to burden others with their issues. They may seem mysterious to those around them, but they are comfortable with who they are. This guardedness is also rooted in a deep-seated skepticism about trust and the unreliability of people and relationships. They prioritize protecting their emotions and vulnerability over sharing them with others who may not appreciate or understand their depth. Number 2. They hide from acquaintances to avoid small talk. When encountering acquaintances, Sigma males often act as if they're invisible. They despise small talk and pointless conversations, especially with those who lack depth. Rather than engage in what feels forced or superficial, they will go out of their way to avoid such interactions, whether that means changing directions in a store or pretending to be engrossed in a task. These encounters drain their energy, and they'd rather keep to themselves than engage in vacuous dialogue. Sigma males feel that talking about mundane topics is pointless and exhausting, so they prioritize interactions that feel genuine and enriching. If an acquaintance approaches, they might quickly find a way to divert their attention or step away. To Sigma males, it's all about spending their time wisely and only engaging in discussions that add value. Number 3. They silently judge people's word choices. Sigma males are keen observers, paying careful attention to how people express themselves. They don't just hear the words, they notice the nuances in language and word choices, which reveals a lot about an individual's intelligence, intentions, and character. Although this isn't meant to be judgmental, it reflects their ability to notice details that others might miss. They analyze the profound meanings behind what people say, making it difficult for smooth talkers to deceive them. They can often see through pretenses and words meant to manipulate or flatter. This careful listening allows them to read between the lines and understand true motivations, providing insights that are often overlooked by others. While they may keep their observations to themselves, this level of attentiveness helps them navigate interactions and relationships more effectively. Number 4. They prefer to sit in the back to remain unnoticed. Have you ever seen someone who always chooses back seats in meetings or classes? This is a common trait among Sigma males. They like to watch instead of being in the spotlight, so they pick seats that let them see everything without drawing attention to themselves like alpha males do. This choice might seem odd to others, but it helps them feel at ease and in control. Being in the back also allows them to leave quickly if needed. If a meeting gets boring, they can slip out unnoticed. They appreciate staying low-key while others shine. They believe they can see the bigger picture from the back. Plus, it gives them personal space even in a crowded room. It's like enjoying the best of both worlds, being present but not overwhelmed by the attention. They usually speak only when they have something meaningful to say, causing others to think they aren't paying attention. In reality, they are very observant and often know more than those around them. They quietly listen and absorb information without you even realizing it because they are so discreet. They like to remain in the background, not because they are disinterested, but because it helps them gather insights while avoiding needless chatter. Number 5. They disappear without giving reasons. Sigma males often leave social situations quietly, just like ninjas. They are not the kind to always say farewell or give reasons for their departure. This behavior can come off as rude or strange to others. but it's their way of skipping pointless small talk or lengthy goodbyes. They prefer to leave when they want without feeling pressured to stay just because others do. If they've had enough or find the conversation dull, they will leave quietly. This goes for social media too. They may suddenly delete their accounts without any explanation, leaving people puzzled about what happened. For Sigma males, this simplifies their life and allows them to avoid anything that does not bring joy or satisfaction. They treasure their freedom and privacy, so disappearing unexpectedly helps them take control of their choices. They don't need other people's approval, and that's why they don't feel the need to explain their actions. They simply do what feels right for them, even if it seems odd to others. Number 6. They use one-word answers to end boring talks quickly. Have you ever been trapped in a long, dull conversation? Time seems to crawl and you dream of escaping. Sigma males feel the same way in boring chats. They might not be chatty, but they can engage in exciting conversations about topics they find meaningful. However, if a conversation is dull, they will try to end it as fast as possible. One-word answers become their go-to strategy. For example, if someone keeps talking about paint drying, a very boring topic, a Sigma male might simply reply with, "Okay," or "Interesting." These brief responses help them politely close the conversation without further engagement. They're not trying to be rude, they just value their time. They see no reason to discuss trivial matters. It's similar to trying to explain something to a child when they aren't interested. It's frustrating and unproductive. By using one-word answers, Sigma males signal that they aren't invested in the conversation, hoping the other person picks up on the hints and moves on. This keeps the interaction minimal and allows them to escape quickly and return to their own thoughts or activities that they find worthwhile. Number 7. They overthink text messages before sending. Have you ever written a text, then deleted it and rewritten it, yet still didn't send it? This often happens with Sigma males. They are known for overthinking, especially when it comes to communication through messages. They carefully craft each text, analyzing every word before sending it. They aim to avoid appearing too eager or making statements that could be misunderstood. Sometimes, they refrain from sending a message altogether because they worry about how it might be received. Because they are often misunderstood, they want to ensure their messages express their true intentions. This isn't about texting close friends or family, but rather communicating with new acquaintances or in professional settings. It may seem silly to others, but to them, it is serious. They read and revise their messages multiple times, tweaking words and adding punctuation. It's a bit unusual, but they invest a lot of thought into what seems like a simple message. To them, it's almost like sending an important message in a bottle. Surprisingly, after all that thinking, they might still not send the text and instead decide to call the person. It's a quirky habit but reflects their careful nature. They want everything to be just right before hitting send. Number 8. They prefer listening over speaking. Sigma males are often more interested in listening than speaking. They thrive in conversations where they can observe and absorb information rather than dominate the discussion. Instead of finding joy in being the center of attention, they value gathering insights from others. They become immersed in conversations, carefully considering what others say, which enables them to form deeper connections when they choose to engage. This listening habit makes them great friends and advisors, as they can truly understand someone's perspective and offer thoughtful responses when they do choose to speak. They believe in the power of listening and often find that they learn more this way than if they were merely talking. This method of communication makes them feel grounded and allows them to connect deeply with others when they choose to contribute their thoughts rather than just filling the silence.